Hey, heart seekers, welcome to the Hearts Hello Show, where our hearts are the foundation of our well being and happiness. I am your host, Kiana Talena. I'm hoping that you all took the time to listen to last week's episode to think about what exactly it is that we are going to be bold about doing this month. And so I want to hear what was your bold decision last week? What is it that you decided to step outside of your comfort zone and to take action on? What is it that you decided that you were worth more than sitting on the sidelines and you knew that you had to show up, push your shoulders back, and be bold and courageous and confident in who you are? I can't hear you. What'd you say? Oh, you didn't? Oh, you did? Okay, got it. So this week, we're still going to talk about that boldness. We're still going to talk about how we need to show up big. We're still going to talk about how playing small is no longer serving us. So this week, we're going to discuss how boldness can redefine our identity. See, I share with you all that I don't just get on here and talk about things, I actually do them with you. Because I share often that this is not a journey that you're on alone. Life is not a journey that you travel alone. Yes, there are going to be some moments when you feel like you are by yourself. There are going to be some doors that you're going to have to walk through on your own. But the majority of the time, we travel this journey called life with people. And so as we are traveling, as we are journeying, as we are on this adventure, we have to redefine who it is that we want to be. Because the version of you that you need to become in order to fulfill those dreams that you have, those goals that you have, those desires, they begin in your mind first. Because you have to feel what that feels like, who that person is that you need to become. You need to be able to close your eyes and visualize, what does that person look like? What does that person sound like? How does that person move? How, when they walk in a room, do people turn their heads or do they not pay any attention at all? But it's up to us to begin to make these bold choices in our lives so that we can redefine how not only do people see us, but more importantly, how we see ourselves. So we have to begin to define boldness in our unique tone. We need to begin to highlight how it isn't about being fearless, but about doing and taking action despite the fear that we may have. See, fear, and I know that the majority of you all have heard the acronym false evidence appearing real. That's all fear is. Fear is created in your mind. And so when you begin to realize that, oh, this is just a mind thing. Oh, this is just me versus me. Oh, if I decide that I am going to change the way that I look at this and make a bold decision, guess what? That fear no longer grips you. That fear can no longer hold you bound. And so it's interesting, even last week for myself, I wanted to document when I made bold decisions, when I began to speak up for myself. And if I'm honest, it was only 2 times that I made a bold decision, but it was bold enough for me to document. One was just being able to, it may seem interesting to you all that I don't necessarily get on social media the way that I used to and just talk and just share what may be on my mind, not just in text format, but actually making a video and posting it. And so I did that last week. There was something that was heavy on my mind and I decided that, you know what? Let me go ahead and record it and post it. and not even worry about who may like it, not worry about if anyone comments. But that was a bold decision that I needed to make for me because I felt like there were times when I should be speaking up, but I didn't do so. My second bold decision last week was just me speaking up for myself. Something that was on my mind, something that caused me to lose sleep. And instead of me just being in my head about, well, what is the person going to say? How are they going to feel about it? How are they going to respond? It did not matter. It mattered more to me that I spoke up for myself to express how I was feeling. So that may not be big to you all, but those were big for me. Because typically I'll just be in my head and trying to figure out, well, why did that happen? As opposed to having the conversation with the person or individuals or whomever about what may be bothering me. So that was my bold steps that I took last week. And so what we don't typically do is think that, oh, well, it wasn't something that was grandiose. And it doesn't have to be. Bold steps forward are still steps, are still action steps. And so we have to stop thinking that everything has to be this big celebration, this big to do. And sometimes it's just a tiptoe. Sometimes it's just us making the decision that, you know what, today is the day that I'm just going to make that bold decision that outside of my comfort zone that I need to do. Why? Because boldness matters to your identity. When you're not bold, when you're not confident in who you are, then that means that you're not showing up as the true version of yourself. That means that you need to begin to explore the ideas of boldness in your life and begin to challenge yourself. Figure out what the definition of boldness is to you and begin to open those pathways for growth, for your self-discovery, not for anyone else, but because you need this. See, it could very well just be you standing up for yourself. That's a bold move. You pursuing a passion. That's a bold move. You making a life-changing decision. That's a bold move. And it could be anywhere on the scale. It does not matter. Or on the spectrum, I should say, at the beginning, of the end, in the middle. It does not matter where exactly it is, but to you, it was a bold move. So I need you to embrace your boldness. I need you to reflect on what desires that you have, but you have been hesitant to pursue. I need you to acknowledge the fear. And by acknowledging it, that just means being able to confront it. See, I sat and listened this morning to As a Man Thinketh. And for me, I'm going to begin to listen to that every morning because it set up my day. I began to command how I wanted my day to go, and I felt so much better. I was so much more productive in my day because I set my intentions on what it was that I wanted, but in setting my intentions, I was setting my mindset. So you have to figure out what works for you. Is it your journaling, your affirmations, or just being able to break fear into manageable parts? Sometimes it may not be something that you can crush right now. But as I share with you that fear is just false evidence appearing real, it's not there. It's all in your mind. So take that bold, small step that's still action. Because starting small can lead to some significant shifts. And again, I share with you all the time, celebrate your progress. You have to begin to discuss the importance of acknowledging your milestones, no matter how small, to build confidence. Like I shared with you all, me taking those bold steps may not be bold for anyone else except for me. But it was my bold step. It was something that I needed to be able to celebrate, and I felt great doing it. So I'm going to remember the feeling that I have so that I can begin to recreate that. And that's all redefining and rediscovering who you are and becoming the authentic version of you. Because you have to begin to reframe those areas in your life with the newness. You're no longer that version of you. And so now you have to create new memories. You have to create these bold steps. You have to create you being confident and courageous to be able to override whatever may have already transpired in your life. See, each and every one of us has a story of boldness and redefining our identity. What will yours be? How will your bold actions lead to your personal transformation? That's a question. I can't answer that for you, but you have to be able to answer it in order to become the person that you want to be. In order to become that person, you need to first see yourself doing it. So, what are you going to commit to? What one area in your life where you may feel stuck and you need to commit to a bold action? For some of you all, it could be just speaking up in a meeting. It could be reaching out to someone, or it could just be saying no. See, that's another thing that I didn't even write that down, but it felt so good when someone asked me to do something. And although they shared that they would pay me to do it, I said no. Why? It wasn't, it wasn't selfish of me to say no. It was a no and a hard no. Because there are some things that I had to put in place for me first. See, I'm used to always having to put everyone else and everyone else's things in front of what it is that I need to do. And this is the season where it's going to be a hard no for me. Because I have the values and the strategy in mind. So if it doesn't fit, it's going to be a no, and you can't take it personal. So I'm excited for each and every one of you all. I'm excited for your bold decisions. I'm excited that you are going to begin to build the boldness muscle that you are going to constantly be building over time. It's just like when you go to the gym for the first time, you don't begin to see muscle. The very first thing that you do especially if you haven't gone to the gym in a long time, you're going to be sore the next day. But the more that you begin to break that muscle down and to build that muscle back up, that's when you begin to see the results. That's when you begin to feel better. And then maybe 4 weeks down the road with some consistent going to the gym time, you'll begin to see it for yourself. 6 weeks later, others will begin to see it. But you have to see it first. So I'll leave you with this. Boldness has genius power and magic in it. So begin it now. I'm excited for you all. I'm excited for the adventure that you're on. I'm excited about your bold decisions. I'm excited about your intentionality. I'm excited about your authenticity. I'm excited about you. So until next time, take that bold step because you deserve it.